What's going on, guys? I'm Simple Simon and this is the top 50 comic books in my collection. Let's do this. Alright, so a few months back, Alex the comic hoarder started a comic book tag called the top 50 books in your collection, and he wanted to see a lot of people from the comic book community show off their top 50 books. It was a fantastic idea. It's been great to watch what other people have in their collection, but I figured why not show you guys what the noob has got. I've got no particular order of how I'm going to do this. I've just literally grabbed books as I was going through my stuff, and yeah, I'm going to end with slabs though, so a few slabs that I'm going to show, they're right at the end. So if you're slab guys, stick around to the end. So we'll start off with the magazine size format ones, just because they're a little bit pain to stack around me after I'm done with them. Also, if you guys are here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, show us some love, and hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Heavy Metal magazine. Didn't see that one coming, did you? That is the first appearance of Tana from the Heavy Metal movie. She's not actually in a story in this. It's actually just an article about Tana. So that actually is how she makes her first appearance. But this isn't really a big expensive book. I saw it for real cheap and I thought, first appearance of Tana, why not? So I'll let you guys have a good look at that there, doing the multi-camera angle action. That look good? So the next book is a book that has some meaning to me, a bit of sentimental value and some actual value to the book too. So this is the first book that I was really excited for when I first got into collecting, which is only a few years ago. I was super excited for it, and it's also the book that sort of brought Mark into my life from Big City Comics. So it's Batman Damned, first appearance of the Bat Dong. So happy I picked this up. I remember on the day that it came out. So back then I wasn't a cover buyer, I would just buy the books to read. It was the first time I ever bought both covers. So I got the Jim Lee variant too, and I'm very happy that I actually picked up both of those books, because obviously they blew up a little bit because of the Bat Dong. So yeah, a bit of sentimental value to those books there. So like I said, a lot of these books coming up aren't really going to be anything that special. Some of them mean something to me, others maybe have a little bit of value to them. I mean, I got a few keys, I got a few signed books to show you as well. So we'll start off with this one. It's not a wowzer book, but Strange Academy issue 1. I know this book has gone up a lot recently, and I actually happened to pick that up for shelf price after it had been out for a month and the price had already started going up. Another sentimental book. It's the first issue 1 I picked up when I first started collecting, and that is Joelle Jones's Catwoman run. Now this is actually I think it's SD San Diego Comic-Con foil exclusive. I don't see many people have this version of this book, so I thought I'd show you that one. I don't know how the foil is going to show up on the camera there. Hopefully that looks all right. Next one. This was an A-OK from my pal Captain Saro, fellow YouTuber. Make sure you check her out. And ever since she gave it to me, she's been trying to get it back. And that is Something is Killing the Children, issue 2. She had a couple of doubles because she got a great deal on the first 6 issues of Something's Killing the Children, first prints. She got an amazing deal, and then she had 2 of these, so she's like, yeah, she gave me a couple of her doubles, and now she's been trying to get it back, and I'm just like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I think I'll keep that in my collection right there. Thank you, Sarah. Okay, next one is a first issue of The Boys. Obviously this one, because of the show, I don't know how much it's worth these days, but this is just a low grade copy. I picked it up, I think for 20-30 bucks from a shop, and they said to me, you know it's low grade one, right? And I was like, I do not care. I just want to have these books in my collection. So that is The Boys issue 1. Now this is a sentimental book that I picked up recently. This was my favorite comic book series when I was a kid, and I recently reacquired this book, and I'm so happy that I got it, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog issue 0. So this is part of the 4-issue mini-series that first came out. Yeah, this series was everything to me when I was a kid. I loved the superheroes and stuff, but I really had this attachment to Sonic the Hedgehog, I think from the video games. So yeah, I'm really happy that I got that book back into my collection. Next one, another first issue. I think I've ordered these in kind of groups. So this is another first issue. This is not a super valuable book, but I think it's a great book to have in my collection. I'm really stoked I picked it up. It's one of my favorite reads, which is Deadly Class. I've only read the first maybe 11 issues. I'm trying to fill the run, but it's a great series. I picked this up in a lot of the first 11 issues, I think. And I bought them for a really good price considering it was the whole set, so I was really happy to get that in my collection. Next one, the new Teen Titans, issue 1. I had a bit of a fascination with Raven when I first got into comic books. So when I saw this, I got it at a pretty reasonable price. This is the actual, what is it, the English version? It's 15p pence version, or pound, 15 pence, p. 15p version, not the US version, which people say is not worth as much, but really, I'm pretty sure there's less of them out there, so why isn't that worth more? Tell me the answer in the comments. The next one, I've got some sketch covers to show you, alright? Now just remember, sketch covers are one of a kind, right? There's no one else who has this book, and it's even got a nice little note on the back from one of our favorite community members, Comichead84, did this amazing Red Hood sketch cover for me. He did a giveaway on his channel, forgot to say that it was a US only, and thanks Kenny, and it was actually for a Hulk book. And then during the stream he found out that I was a Red Hood fan, and he kind of surprised me and sent me this instead, and I love this book so much. So that book means a lot to me. I'm glad I've got a Comichead84 sketch cover in my collection. The next one is my only other sketch cover. This was an A-OK from my buddy Mad Spidey. Yeah, this is a sketch cover from Ken Lashley. Mad Spidey, if you don't know, is a huge art collector, but he's not so much huge on the sketch cover. So he got this from Ken and he just gave it to me. He thought, you'd like this, it's a sketch cover. I was like, I like that, yes please. So that's a sweet Doomsday sketch cover from Lead Killer. All right, let's maybe put these books somewhere. I think this book will have its day in the sun. It's the first appearance of Bluebird. Batman 28, and it's actually signed by Scott Snyder and James Tynion. Alright, so this next one, again, this book has no value whatsoever. I was a huge Spider-Man fan when I was a kid. That was one of my favorite comics besides Sonic the Hedgehog. So I thought, oh, Spider-Man issue 1, I've got to get that. I have since lost interest in Spider-Man, but I actually got this signed by Nick Spencer at a convention, so that's why I want to show you that. The next bunch of books are all signed books. So that's a Nick Spencer signed Spider-Man issue 1. Next one is a book that I bought off my buddy, the Grey Man. He showed this in one of his videos and was saying, these are books I want to sell, and I was like, I will buy this off you. It's Pokemon, the first movie, comic book adaptation. It's actually signed by the voice actors of Ash, Brock, and Misty. So I just thought that's a super cool book to have in my collection. It's got a nice little COA on the back there as well. This next one is another A-OK from my buddy Mad Spidey. It's a Spawn book, and it's signed by Wilk Potasio. I think that's how you say his name. Right there, nice silver signature. I don't think this is a key book or anything like that, but I just want to show you because it is signed by a legend of the game. This next one is another signed book. I've had this book since I was a kid. So this is one of the comic book series I also used to love, along with my Sonic, along with my Batman and Spider-Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures, and I got this signed last year at Supernova by Kevin Eastman, obviously with his famous remark. I also found a copy at an antique store for 20 bucks, and that was part of my 500 subscriber giveaway, which was won by Life with 2 YouTubers. Sharon, if you're watching this, that book is worth a little bit now, so I will not be mad if you sell it and make some coin, or send it back to me. This next one is a Jim Lee signed book. Again, I don't think this book has any significance, but it is a Jim Lee signature, which I'm very, very excited to have in my collection. This was a giveaway win from Daymares during the 1,000 subscriber party for JP Budget Collects. So yeah, they were doing a giveaway, and I happened to win this, and Daymares was nice enough to cover the postage on that too, which I'm sure was not cheap. Now this is the last signed book. Again, this is not a big book or anything. I've got a ton of signatures from this guy. I just want to show you just at least one. This is issue 1 of 7 Secrets, signed by Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor is obviously local, I've met him a bunch of times, but I just want to show this one because if you notice what it says there on the book,
keep it simple.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So that is 7 Secrets issue 1, signed by Tom Taylor. Alright, we got some more A-OKs from my buddy Mad Spidey. One of the books I wanted for a long time when I first started collecting this comic book, you could get for about $20, $25. And then all of a sudden, I was like, you know what? I think I want to buy it now. And I couldn't get it for any less than $60 to $80. And that's Spawn issue 1. Mad Spidey came around one night and he said, I've got some stuff for you. And he gave me a big stack of Spawn books, which included that signed one from before. And included this. I was just like, are you serious? He was like, yeah, I don't want them. So he gave me Spawn issue 1, and I am so grateful. Mad Spidey hooks me up with a lot of stuff, and I do not deserve it. Also in that Spawn lot was a first appearance of Angela, Spawn issue 9. I already had a copy of this. I did have a low grade copy I bought off Mark from Big City Comics, but Mad Spidey's copy is nice and minty, so this one I'll probably include in a giveaway one day in the future. Now this next book, again, I don't think this has much value or people talk about this book. Now I bought this book because I saw Bearded Comic Bro show off this book. And I think he said it was the second appearance of Kite Man. So I don't actually know if I ever looked it up, but I did see it one day on eBay and picked it up fairly cheap. And I said to him, look, because he said the first appearance was Kite Man's kind of expensive. If anything, this is the first cover appearance, right? If this is the second appearance. I'm not sure, I didn't do my research, but I just think it's a super cool cover as well. So thank you, Bearded, for introducing that book into my life. Next one, this was a grail of mine. You all know that I like Red Hood. I had to have the first Red Hood in my collection. If you guys saw the video from when I actually unboxed this, the package came and it was like bent like a boomerang. And I was not very happy about that. So, but you know, it looks fine now. You can't really tell the defects. It's been flattened out enough. I think I got first appearances now. So this next one is one, again, thank God for standing orders. This was a book that was flying off the shelves if you didn't have it on your standing order. There's Batman 89, first cameo of Punchline. I'm very happy I got that. I like new characters because I'm a noob. I just like when there's new characters that I think are cool, because now I can follow them from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? Sorry if I sound gross as well. I've actually been sick all week. And don't worry about saying get well, because this video won't come out for weeks and I'll be better by then. This next one, the first appearance of Harley Quinn. Now, it's one of my grails, right? But I'll never own the first print, so why not get one of these off the Grey Man? I bought this off the Grey Man, which is it's some reprint exclusive, con exclusive, I think, from 2016, I believe. I can't remember the artist. I just thought it was a super cool cover. And yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to own the actual real thing. So this is I'm happy to have this. I've also got the dollar comic version of it, and this is also the first time I ever got anything in a Mylar. So yeah, I think it's a great cover anyway. So happy to have that in the collection. Thank you, Grey Man, for selling me that book. Next one is a first appearance. You all know this one. It is the first appearance of Death. So I'm Red Sandman, right? But I did read a Death comic book called, I've read both of them. What is it? Why can't I think of what they're called? Anyway, I fell in love with the character Death, so I bought her first appearance. I got that for about, I think, $50 I paid for that. $50 Australian. So that's pretty good, considering that is going to probably skyrocket when the show comes out. But I will get around to reading Sandman one day. This next one is another Death cover. I think it's an iconic cover, and I believe it's listed as the first appearance of Death in DC Universe, in the DC Universe, I think. So I really love that. It's a Finch cover, I believe. I absolutely love it, and I'm so glad. Again, that's not an expensive book, and I think it's one that people really should get. So we're still going with the first appearances. This is Teen Titans issue 12, the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. Now, I've got the foil edition. For some reason, this edition is not as sought after. Even though there was only like 3,000 of these, I think it was. So who doesn't like foil? So at the time, I think that was a little bit cheaper than the regular first print. So I ended up picking that one because it was foil as well. But it seems like the regular version does go for a lot more. Here's another one. This is the first appearance of Gwenpool. Not Howard the Duck issue 1, which I also have, and I picked up for $6. But this is Deadpool Secret Wars. So this is the first appearance of Gwenpool, which was on a cover. She'd never been in a story though, so her first appearance in the story was Howard the Duck. But this, I'm very happy I got this. Gwenpool was one of those characters when I first started collecting. I thought, what is this dumb book? Her first issue looked really fun, so I picked it up for real cheap, and I read it and I was like, this is actually kind of funny. So I kind of fell in love with Gwenpool a little bit. I think this is the last first appearance I've got in this pile. The Amazing Spider-Man, what is it, issue 10? This is the first appearance of Spider-Punk. I thought Spider-Punk was really cool, just character design wise. I haven't really read that much about him. I've read a couple of things in some of the Spider-Verse books, but I thought I should get the first appearance of Spider-Punk because, yeah, I just think Spider-Punk is a cool design, and also I played in a punk rock band. So, anyway, next one, Marvel Fanfare 10. I picked this up in the 4-issue, like a set of the 4-issue story arc, I think it is. Still haven't read it. I really want to read this soon. I don't know why this is an important book though, so please let me know in the comments if you know, because I know this is an iconic cover. I know there's a facsimile of it, but I actually don't know why it's such an important book. So please tell me. Maybe it's not, but I figured anything that gets a facsimile has some sort of relevance, right? The old books are coming, so if you're one of the guys who like the older books, here we go. This is Wonder Woman, issue 207. Famous bondage cover, you know what I'm saying? I do collect bondage covers, and there's nothing like the oldies, right? So that is a Wonder Woman iconic bondage cover. Next one is one of the first big books that I bought, I would say. This is DC Comics Presents, number 26. First appearance of Raven, Cyborg, and Starfire. I believe I've even read this. I read the mini story anyway with them in it. So I picked that up. That was probably the first big book I bought. I think I spent maybe $100 on it at the time. Okay, next, got some Golden Age. For you guys who've seen my Golden Age video, you know I got these, but this is my Golden Age Batman book that I've got. It's number 82. Again, not one that I ever see people show. And I wanted to have a Golden Age Batman book, and I wanted to love the cover. And I love this cover, you know why? Because it's clearly a romance cover. So I'm really happy I picked that up. I took it out of the bag in that video when I first got it, and I nearly destroyed it, so it's never coming out of the bag again. My other Golden Age book, my other and only Golden Age book, is a Jumbo Comics, because I really want to have a Sheena book. Again, this is in terrible shape, but I'm glad I got it. She's it's a pretty good image. I just wanted a Sheena book that had a good image of her on it, and I'm quite happy with that. There's a few pen marks and stuff on there, but Sheena looks clean. So I'm very happy that I got that in my collection. Now this next one, I don't know too many people have this book. I know Alex the Comic Hoarder has this book, and I know for a fact that his book is so much better shape than mine. This is Aquaman, issue 11. First appearance of Mera. I'm a bit of a Mera simp. Got the word? So I picked this up for an absolute score. This was on an auction. I went to bed and I put a bid on it, and the next morning no one else had bid on it, so I got it for £16, which I think was works out to be about $34, $35 plus shipping. So I paid like probably just under $50 for this book. It's an issue 11 of Aquaman, first appearance of Mera. It's absolutely insane that I got this. I'm so happy, but it's in bad shape. It's got tape on the spine. It is one of the worst shaped books I've got, to be honest, but Mera there looks fantastic, and I'm stoked that I have that in my collection. Next one, classic book. Lots of people have this book. While we're on the underwater characters, this is the first appearance of Dolphin. Showcase Presents, number 79. Great green cover, as they would all say, and it's also a great leg cover. Lick worthy? I think so. Alright, so we're getting there. We are getting there. This next one is a book I've had since I was a kid. I bought this back in, what, 89 when the Batman movie came out, and that is the comic book adaptation of Batman. Now, if you notice something on this, this is the Australian version. It doesn't have the DC logo on there. It's got Adventure Book. I think the BB stands for Budget Books or something like that, but so it's got a different logo on there. But I've had that since I was a kid, so that book is very special to me. Again, it's not in good shape. This is another Batman book that I had as a kid. So when I first started collecting and I saw this book for the first time, I recognized it instantly. I was like, I had that book when I was a kid. So I rebought it because it turned out it was actually the first appearance of Tim Drake. That is Batman Year 3. I believe I also had one of these in my subscriber giveaway last time, and Sharon also got that book, I believe. So I sent her some bangers. Good old Shazza. Okay, so there's Tim Drake. Next one. One of the first stories that first got me interested in comic books was The Killing Joke. I watched the movie and then I found out it was a comic book, so I was like, oh, I should try to get that. I actually got the hardcover first, and then I found out that the deluxe edition had been recolorized, and I was like, I need to get the original coloring because I saw it and I was like, oh my god, that coloring is a trip. This is the second print of The Killing Joke, I believe. So very happy I've got that. I just want to flick through it and look at that coloring in my hands. So I'm very happy that I've got that. I think everyone needs at least one version of that book. It had like, what, 10 prints or something like that. Now, I've got that book together with, bundled with this book at an absolute great price. This is Harley Quinn, Batman Harley Quinn, sorry, the first appearance of Harley Quinn in DC continuity. This is a first print. I also bought a second print later on down the track, but I actually ended up giving that to a friend. But yeah, this is obviously an iconic Alex Ross cover, and I'm so happy that I got a nice first print in my collection. I got that with The Killing Joke, an absolute ripper deal. I'm going to do a video, I think, eventually about some of my better comic book wins, and deals. This one I picked up more recently. Again, I paid 60 bucks for this, which I think is not a bad price considering I'm in Australia. This is Batman Adventures Mad Love. This is the second print edition, I believe. So, and I read it. I actually read this version of the book, and I thought it was a great story in there as well. And this last one, again, I picked up for an absolute steal. This is one of my better deals I've got since I got into comic books, and it was very early in my collecting days. This is Harley Quinn issue 1, her first solo series. I picked up, I think it was the first, was it 6 issues, I think, for about 50 bucks. It was a great deal. I can't remember, it was either 4, 5, or 6. I think 6 issues for 50 bucks. I was like, yeah, and nowadays you buy this book alone for much more than that. So I'm very, very happy that I have that in my collection too. Okay, we are winding it down and we've got 4 more books to show you, and they are all slabberoonies. Why have you got that slab? Well, this book means a lot to me, alright? It was the first time I bought a floppy. I bought 2 floppies. So anyone who's been watching my channel for a long time should know what this next book is. The first time I bought a floppy was Catwoman issue 1 and Batman issue 50. I won this slab from Sharon, Life with 2 YouTubers. See? Love goes both ways, you know what I'm saying? I won this from her giveaway, and I was so stoked because having this book as a slab was really important to me. I just thought it's a good book to have considering the story I have with that book. And it was my first CGC slab. It wasn't my first slab. My first slab was the next book I'm going to show you. Okay, so this was the first slab that I ever received. It was kind of an A-OK. It was a prize tag from my boy 64-page special. And it is probably my most valuable book in my whole collection. And that is New Mutants 98, 9.2, and a Halo slab. Halo is an Australian grading company. I could not believe he did this for me. And the longer I've had it, the more I realized how much that means to me, because it is my most valuable book. And for someone in the community to just be like, you can have that. Because he already had one. And he was just like, nah. The giveaway was from Australia, so he was like, oh, save on postage, send it to Simple Simon. And I'm like, are you serious? So I cannot believe that someone would do that, considering they could just accept that win and sell it off and make some money off it. So the community is out of control. But yeah, I'm grateful for that book being in my collection. And as much as I probably need to sell it because I'm so broke all the time, I don't want to sell it because it's just such a special thing to have happened to me. So yeah, thank you to my bro 64-page special. Alright, so this next one I am spewing because the reason I jumped on this book when I did, and I'm glad I did, was because I saw this book in a 9.8 at a killer price. I gotta wait 2 days till I get paid till I buy this book. 2 days later, obviously it was gone. I was so cut up. And then about 3 to 4 weeks later, I saw the same book at the same price, but in a 9.6, so I had to jump on it. And again, I got to shout out Captain Sarah, because at the time I had to wait 1 day to get paid so I could buy this book. She was like, I'll cover you. Get that book. And that is Something is Killing the Children, issue 1, Jenny Frizen variant. I am stoked that I got this when I did, because now it's become one of those books that I probably would never be able to afford. So yeah, the fact that I've got it in my collection is absolutely woohoo! And the last book in my top 50 collection is a book that I guarantee you no one else in the community has. I showed this off in one of my weekly haul videos recently, so if you didn't catch that, I challenged anyone to find someone who has this book in their collection. Because I've never seen anyone pull this book, and I just am so happy that I have this in my collection. And that is the Warriors official movie adaptation. Boom, that's right. Nice little wraparound cover there for you guys who are fans of the movie and you haven't seen this. This is a certified banger. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Warriors movie franchise, or the movie, and yeah, when I got that I was just absolutely stoked. So that rounds up my top 50. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm super excited to continue to watch people's top 50 collections. There's a few that I missed too, and I need to go back and find, but really enjoying seeing what other people have in their collection. So hopefully I showed you a few things different. I definitely know that you guys haven't seen that Warriors book. I know that for sure because I don't think anyone's pulling that book out in their collection. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to like this video on the way out. And until next time, guys, keep it simple.